right, it's day 27. Excuse me. It's day 27. Today, I'm just doing a little treadmill workout. I'm probably doing 4 minutes walking and 1 minute running. I'll do rounds of that and try to work on keeping my heart rate down a little bit. Um, last couple of times, it's been getting away from me, so I'm gonna try to, I guess, practice makes perfect. I have a dentist appointment today, just for a cleaning, but it's not really my favorite thing to do. It's funny that even walking is a little bit challenging. I'm making some pretty good improvements, though. Um, I always find it a little bit harder to train on a treadmill when the weather is bad, but something is better than nothing.
Lap 1, 4 minutes. Lap 2, 1 minute.
I want to pick up some new light bulbs for down here. trying this different angle for filming cardio sessions. I still can't really figure out how to get a straighter look. The one thing that I do notice, it does help me retain information a little bit better. I've noticed when I'm taking notes for jiu-jitsu, I have a record of what we're doing in class. I wish I would have started doing that a little bit earlier. And then working on situations where you can apply the same submission in a different way, sort of playing with the idea of a submission applied to every position. And I think cardio is getting a little bit better, but it's taking a little bit of a toll. This week I got to really work on my sleep hygiene, make sure I go to bed and at the right times, and try to work on recovery. It's the only thing I'm really having a hard time with, and I think it impacts everything else, but I do know that my cardio is improving.
Lap 3, 4 minutes. Lap 4, 1 minute.
So right now, I'm pretty much doing 4 minutes walking and 1 minute running. Eventually, I'd like to be able to do 1 minute running, 1 minute walking for 10 rounds. For today, I'm just doing, I believe, 3 or 4 rounds. So that's 4 minutes walking and 1 minute running. I am supposed to run a little bit slower, but I feel like I want to work a little bit today and maybe have a little bit more of a high intensity feel to it, even though I'm sort of slow like a turtle. Got some crazy lighting in here. I gotta replace some bulbs, and then in the spring, redoing some redoing the garage and the garage door. We'll see how it goes. Just gonna work on my breathing for a little bit. Just trying to breathe through my nose, maybe occasionally out through my mouth.
Lap 5, 4 minutes. Lap 6, 1 minute.
I was pushing it there. Gee whiz. So I think I started my cool down. I think it's just a 20 minute workout today. I tried to push myself with the 1 minute. The 1 minute goes. I could have probably paced myself a little bit better, but the last one I was really quite, I was moving pretty good. So starting to feel like my old self. Heart rate was pretty much perfect the whole time. Just a couple of little bursts that were a little higher than normal, but nothing. I didn't go over 150 today, so I think maybe 152 beats per minute at one of the running intervals, but by the time I was running again, my heart rate was back down to about 100. So that's the thing too, these little 20-minute workouts are still pretty hard. Like if you push yourself, you can get a pretty good sweat going for just 20 minutes. For me, not so much a sweat right now, but definitely my cardio got a little bit of a workout. This was the first time I did those 1 minute goes without having too much pain in my shins. So I know that my mechanics are getting a little bit better, and I am finding it a little bit more comfortable to run. Now, I am much smoother outside, but I feel like something's still better than nothing, and going on a treadmill is probably good enough for the winter months. And then right after this, I have to go. I don't know, I probably mentioned it already that I'll be at the dentist, just having a cleaning, and I have to take my antibiotics at 1. So anybody, if you have a prosthetic heart valve or a mechanical heart valve, you probably are going to be, it's probably recommended to take antibiotics before you go to the dentist, unless you're allergic to the antibiotics. But up here in Canada, that's what we do. If you have valve disease, it's a good idea to take those antibiotics before your cleanings, because you don't want to have any bacteria getting in and around your heart valve.
Lap 7, 5 minutes.
Going again. At least I'm getting my steps in this way, and I don't know, it's a little bit cool to have the place to yourself. Even just being by myself in here, I'm kind of alone with my thoughts, and I can kind of forced to think about what I want to get out of today. So for me today, I got my run workout in. I will be getting some mobility in tonight, and then I have a dentist appointment, and pretty much that's it. Besides for trying to make good choices in the kitchen and staying hydrated, and doing my best to improve. So a little recap of the jiu-jitsu. The other day we were working escaping from 100 kilos or side control. So when you're on the bottom and somebody's trying to pin you from either like from that pin you on the ground. Anyway, I call it the 100 kilos position. Then we bridge, shrimp, and regard, or we bridge, shrimp, and go under the armpit to get the headlock, and then adjust from there. Action, reaction always, and you'll see kind of, you know, you'll get something better. Something is better than nothing. So those are kind of my thoughts for the week. Tomorrow I'll be doing some jiu-jitsu and lifting. So I will do my lifts in the morning, and then I will have jiu-jitsu after I lift. I don't want to do jiu-jitsu and then go try lift. It's going to be a little too rough on the joints. So I'll go train the muscles first, and then when I'm training jiu-jitsu, I'll have to use more technique because I'll be tired from working out. So I can focus on proper using the least amount of energy to advance my position, or hold a position, or get a submission. That's going to be the goal for tomorrow. Just let it keep going, I guess. Whoa. My heart rate's now in a really good place. Pretty much back down to resting. I'm gonna walk a little bit longer just to get more steps. I think I did a pretty good job at trying to complete this workout the way I wanted to. I think maybe I should have took a slower pace on those 1 minute goes, but I am pretty happy that I was able to do like 90% of that little run. I noticed close to the 1 minute mark, I would start to slow down, or I would sort of get impatient and run a little faster. But then I had 4 minutes to recover, which was kind of one of these things in my head where I was like, I only have to do this for a minute and then I can rest. Then the next time I feel like I can progress, maybe I'll rest a little bit less. Like maybe I will do 5 1 minute runs and 3 minutes walking. And as I get more comfortable, I start to take 1 minute of rest away. But I try to keep my pace the same as my race pace for that 1 minute, and then I have either 4, 3, 2, 1 minutes rest in between rounds. My goal is to get down to 1 minute on, 1 minute off. That feels to me like I'll be back, I have a reference of what that feels like, and I have a reference to what that type of cardio is for. And then I will do some longer runs, and I was thinking of like 3 miles, 10 miles, and maybe 12 miles max, but I have to build up to that. So just starting for right now, working on a 3-mile run. My goal is to get a 3-mile run without walking. I am going to do 2 or 3 practice runs where I do try to do the 5K or the 3 miles, but I'll walk and run, and then I'll have a specific time, and then every time I do it I'll try to beat that time. So my goal is to start slow, and then every week I can sort of beat my record, and that's gonna motivate me to make other good decisions in my life, like what I eat, how I sleep, do I get outside and enjoy life, do I get to go play sports and run and jump and play. I think cardio and mobility are super important. I know, just coming back from that heart surgery, sort of lucky that I'm pretty strong, but I can feel myself rebuilding that cardio, and it's taking effort. I realize if I did a very good job of doing cardio the whole time that I was training. That when I was fighting, that was one of my better attributes, was endurance. Moving forward now, just trying to build my strength back up so that my endurance is back to being a strong point. Like, I'm so lucky that I don't have any, they were able to fix all the things that were sort of going on with my heart this time. I just had to opt in for a super permanent mechanical valve to last forever. But I'm lucky that I'm just lucky to be here. Like, everything else in life is gravy. So it's one thing to start all over, but it's really bad if you don't get to start over. There's so many people out there who have like a harder situation than I do. Yes, I went through some pretty hard operations and some struggles there, but like, I've always had a roof on my head. I always had a job. I always had somebody there when I didn't have someone there. So I realized how hard it is, and some people have like less. People have to stress about different things. I'm so blessed even just to be able to run and walk and jump and play after having all these heart surgeries. It's very important for me to take care of my body, because I don't really necessarily do it for aesthetics. That would be nice, because I've never really been great at that part. But one thing is to stay lighter, to live longer. I know that if I lose a little bit of weight, my blood pressure will come down a little bit. I can always eat better quality food and save a little bit extra for those times when I want to have something delicious, or maybe not. For me, my biggest thing is ice cream. For whatever reason, I just can't put it in my house because it gets me. But other than that, I'm not really too into things that will hurt me. one of the biggest things I noticed is not drinking alcohol. Really helped me with just keeping myself healthier for longer. And I'm going to maintain this lifestyle. And I kind of like the idea of setting small checkpoints in your journey to beat. So you don't want to say, I'm going to run a marathon where you've never even walked 500 meters, right? So like an extreme case, you might say to yourself, oh, I'm going to do 1 mile. My goal is to walk and run 1 mile. Then my next goal might be to go, oh, I'm going to do 8 times 400 meters. And I'm going to see how fast I can run. I might rest in between, hang out, catch my breath, stretch, whatever, hydrate, and then repeat. Or I might be getting close to where I want to do 3 miles. So instead I do 2 miles out of the gate. I might do a slow first mile and then try to beat my time on the second mile. That would be a good, fun thing to do. The other thing would be trying to do that 3 mile run where you have like an easy pace, hard pace, and then an easy pace for like 1 of each miles. So like, see how that takes you. I'm gonna call it a little workout. I'm starting to get a little bit tired. And thanks for joining me on this little treadmill workout. I starting to get the hang of it and starting to feel a lot better about my health. It has been motivating even just to rewatch and see where and how I speak, or how my workouts are actually going. Like, how did that feel? Oh, I see the footage of me suffering, or maybe I wasn't, you know. But if I see my own self, I kind of know where I'm coming from. The same as when I'm doing like burpees and rowing, I see myself, oh, where am I getting tired? Oh, I can see this position, I'm tired, my form starts to break down, and how do I improve on that? So for that rowing and burpee one, I would row at a slower pace and then do quality burpees, slowing down a little bit from the top to the bottom, or maybe as I'm getting stronger and don't have the energy to jump right up, I might step up, like do a burpee, push up, step up, jump up, sort of go. And having a little bit of a record every day, I see how people who do professional videos and have to like organize their thoughts and have it all planned out. It's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting, like that some people do this for like a job. For me, I just want to keep an eye on seeing how far I can progress over time, and that's going to be forever. So like in 5 years from now, where am I going to be? Well, I'll have a record of how I got there. You know, I could go back to one time where I was out of control, or trying to figure out how to not be out of control would be the answer, because I think I'm never really out of control anymore. Those days kind of left me far behind, 5 years ago. And so I just like try to be my better self every time I can get a workout in, and sort of appreciate being able to be here. I want to thank everybody who's coming along along the ride, or coming along the ride, whatever you want to call it, as I'm rambling. Anyone who wants to, it's like a remix. Anybody who really wants to kind of see what I'm trying to do, fitness should be for everybody. That was a wild 2 minutes that I just had. Couldn't really get my thoughts together. So I think I'm going to leave it at that before I get too repetitive or too, I don't know. I think I'm just tired. So I will let you guys go, and I will catch you on another day.